A cancer diagnosis is something no one is ever prepared for. Now, this mother is turning to MD Anderson, the top cancer hospital in the world, for surgery and treatment. This is my mother's journey from diagnosis to recovery in the fight for her life. On November 6th, Marie Hosfeld went in for a mammogram. A few weeks later, she was called back for a second scan. That's when doctors confirmed that she had a tumor, small, about the size of a pea, but any amount of cancer is concerning. She was shocked. She had done everything she could to stay healthy. At first, she considered staying local for the treatment, but after consulting with her medical team, she made a decision. She would go to MD Anderson in Houston, the top cancer hospital in the world. She had already made a few visits, but last week was different. It was time for surgery. On Thursday, she had 4 back-to-back appointments: a blood test, an EKG, marker placement near the tumor to guide the surgeons, and a final consultation with a physician assistant to review her surgical prep and recovery plan. Cancer doesn't pause life. While managing these critical appointments, she continued working, fulfilling her responsibilities as an online teacher. From 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., she balanced treatment and work with unwavering resolve. That evening, we stayed nearby with her son, my brother, and tried to find a moment of calm before the day ahead.
Hi, it's 4:42 a.m. on Friday morning, and I'm driving to the Northwest Houston MD Anderson to have surgery at 7:15 a.m., but prep time is at 5:15 a.m. So I'm excited, and of course I'm a little anxious. It's surgery, that's always a scary thing, but I'm really excited. I'm going to the best cancer hospital in the world and having some of the best medical staff in the world work on me, which is just humbling, and I just feel a great debt of gratitude, and I feel like I'm going to be safe, and I feel good about that.
At 4:30 a.m., we were on the road. By 5:15, she was in pre-op. Nurses prepped her, and she spoke with the anesthesiologist and surgeon. She wasn't panicked, but the weight of the moment was real.
And a little more anxious than I was. All up to this time I was excited, kind of like a tourist. But now that it's a real deal, it's like, it's a real deal.
Just over an hour later, I was called back to the waiting room, where the surgeon informed me that the surgery had gone very well and that I would be able to see her in a few minutes. I met her in recovery not long after. She was groggy, nauseous, and exhausted, but stable. As she rested, the nurse gave me her post-op instructions, which I helped her follow throughout the day.
Okay, hi. Post-surgery, I'm still a little bit not myself, and the surgical area doesn't hurt. It's kind of odd. The arm that had the IV does, but not the surgical area. Yeah, I have a pillow here. They gave me a pillow, so that's, nice souvenir. And it's so that I don't have problems with the seat belt. And yeah, that's it.
That evening, she was still feeling the effects of surgery, but just a couple days later, she was nearly back to herself.
It's 2 days later after the surgery, and I'm feeling, like that anesthesia is 99% out of me. Maybe there's a tiny bit still left. I'm not going to be driving. Just concentrating on healing and spending some time with my children that I don't get to see every day, and missing my other son, who's at home.
Now she waits for final confirmation from her radiologist that the cancer is fully removed. But for now, there is confidence, relief, and strength. This is the story of one mother, one diagnosis, one extraordinary response to something no one is ever ready for. This is her journey from diagnosis to recovery at the world's leading cancer hospital.